Throughout the world, we find ourselves faced with self inflicted and interconnected problems that challenge our social fabric, economic security, and our daily lives. We are certainly not one shot on solutions to address these problems, but we often get caught up in arguments against one another, vying for supremacy instead of deciding on a course of action. So, now, how can we move forward? Well, it begins by acknowledging the differences between choices and dilemmas. Some decisions come down to choice. You weigh the alternatives, decide, and then move on. But often, complex situations need a thinking instead of the either or. They require us to hold competing values together rather than make straightforward choices. And that is what we call dilemmas. For example, there exists in any company a tension between short term profit and long term investment. Pursuing profit alone comes at the expense of future adaptation, but a long term investment alone ignores the present needs. Both are essential, even if they are sometimes in opposition. This is the nature of dilemma. If one side prevails, the other side will ultimately bring about defeat. Often in dilemma, you'll find a fixed value, strongly protected and uh, consider, considered the foundation of success, like short-term profit. We can call this the fundamental priority, the rock. On the other side of dilemma, there is a dynamic and unpredictable value, like an organization's shifting culture, environmental impact, or new technologies. We can call this the river, less tangible, more fluid, but essential to navigate the long-term success and survival. To unlock progress in dilemmas, we need to stop holding these values in opposition to each other and bring them together in a space of listening, creative exploration, and cooperation. We can combine the best of both worlds in what we can call the resolution zone, shifting focus from one to the other in a dynamic and ongoing dilemma dance. And as we embark on this journey towards the resolution zone, we can also think through other outcomes or zones to avoid. There are lopsided and top heavy zones where one value is overemphasized at the expense of the other. There's the zone of diluted compromises where we avoid the dilemma or deny its existence entirely. And there is the conflict zone with its wastes of resources and goodwill. We can see these patterns at work in our emerging planetary crisis sometimes. The transition to new energy, food, and transport, for instance, all demand that we meet our current needs while also adapting towards our sustainable future. Dilemma thinking invites us to take situations where we are stuck between opposing values and to create a space where both have something to contribute, not by compromise or zero sum thinking, but by bringing all voices into the room on a journey to a better future. If we apply this framework to our most pressing challenges, we can chart a path towards moving forward together and acting on our values in fresh ways in a space of shared action.